Okay, hello and welcome everyone to Tarot Tuesday. Let's open up the chat here. Just give me a sec. Everything's changed. Okay, let me do that again. Do-overs. All right. Hello and welcome everyone to Tarot Tuesday. I'm Charlene Murphy. I am an intuitive empath, a tarot reader, and an energy healer, and of course a teacher. Teaching all things spirit, teaching all things inner being or higher self, realizing your magic, realizing your ability to heal yourself, your ability to manifest, and your intuitive abilities. We all have them. And so this is my life's work. I love teaching people just how amazingly magical they are by birth. We're just wired this way. But our culture doesn't teach us, it doesn't support us. So then we have to find other teachers to support and help us out, right? And so some of us learned a lot of things along the way, usually the hard way. And then we turn around and teach you what we have gathered and learned and know to be truth and universal truths. So that's my fun. So today we are going into Tarot Tuesday, which means you all get a free mini tarot reading from me. I asked some people via email and my Facebook page to send me their questions beforehand, which I have a few. So I'm going to do those first to honor those because a lot of times the scroll just gets pretty crazy fast and I can't keep up. So if I miss you, I apologize. I am not skipping anyone. And if you notice that I haven't even said hello to you or anything, so I'm going to do that now. Hi, Jan. Hey, Christina. Hi, Franklin and Sweta. Nice to see all of you here. So if you don't hear me respond to you, then go ahead and just copy and paste your question again. And I am going to ask everybody to limit themselves, please, 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 to one question. Otherwise, it gets to be a little unfair, and I'm all about being equitable and giving everybody a fair shot at having their questions answered. Also, if you don't necessarily have a specific question for me, you can just request a card. And so I love to say, what's in the cards for you? What's in the cards for me today? What do I need to know today? Or you can stretch it out to, what do I need to know this week? The cards are super responsive and they're only limited to our questions and to our creative ability. So you can basically ask whatever you like. Okay, so let me get to the questions here first. And the ones that came in through email, and then we'll get into the chat. So again, thanks for being here, guys, and happy Tuesday. What a great way to spend the day, Tarot Tuesday, one of my favorites. I'm really happy to bring this service back to people. I love the connection that it creates and the awareness that it creates and all the other good things that happen. Okay, so let's go to Kristen asks, will Andrew propose in the next 6 months? So I know that this is a marriage proposal question, and I love, love, love the tarot to answer like yes, no questions. They're very, very clear. In fact, let me give you an example before I pull her cards of a yes and a no. So here's a good yes card. You see yellow, bright colors. And there's, when you do the tarot, when you study the tarot, it's an intuitive process. It really speaks to our humanity. So you don't have to memorize the symbols and the cards for a specific meaning. Every single time I pull a card, it's going to have a different meaning for every person I'm reading. Different things will pop out at me as they should you, right? So memorizing the cards is like the worst thing you can do to be a tarot reader. To familiarize yourself with symbolism and archetypes and colors and things like that is fun. So you have a vocabulary, like you have your own um, intellectual dictionary that sparks things for you. That's always an intelligent thing to do. But to never let the book definition rule your answers. That's just going to be super boring. And you could just miss so much, because then all that tells me is you're locked in your intellect. And the intellect is a beautiful place. I love it. I love all the parts of our humanity. But I lean more into my intuition. My intuition is the higher intelligence. It's the stuff that is connected to source energy. It is the stuff that it goes way beyond definitions and limitations. It's limitless. So when we tap into our intuition, we're going to get a bigger, fuller read. Okay, so back to Kristen and her question about the proposal in the next 6 months. So 6 months from now, I like to put a little guide around a framework around my readings, because clearly I'm also doing some intuitive processing or receiving as I'm doing the cards, right? They're not mutually exclusive. They work very well together, and they work awfully, or the tarot works kind of awfully without intuition, my opinion. Okay, so Kristen and Andrew, 6 months. That puts us in November, all the way to 6 months. Okay, so I'm going to just ask my tarot to speak to me in the way it speaks to me best, in pictures and colors and intuition. Okay, so proposal in 6 months. I get the King of Cups. So this to me is an automatic yes. It's like, yep, there it is. So the King of Cups represents probably Andrew, and just the whole situation if you think about it. So the cups represent love, relationships, emotions, intuition. And when I think of king, I think of the hierarchy of the highest, right? So the king and the queen rule. The page and the knights are like freshman and sophomore levels. And so this is a high level card for love. And so this tells me yes, automatically. Now I could go deeper into the reading, but I'm not going to for this purpose and for this platform. For today, we're going to go kind of surface and kind of fast. All right. So Kristen, there's your answer. All right. So when he does pop the question, do me a favor and pretend to be surprised. Although I really do get that you will be surprised. You're not going to see it coming. Okay. So there we go, Kristen. Now, Jan asks, will I be traveling overseas soon? And then she asks where and when. So I'm going to take part 1, and then we'll see if 2 and 3 pops in there. But I do want to kind of limit this to 1 question each. So will I be traveling overseas soon? Because that's a nice yes or no question again for the tarot. All right. So Jan, traveling overseas soon. I'm going to put a parameter around soon, meaning the next 6 months. Okay. So everybody's got a different definition for what soon is. So the more specific we ask the questions, the more specific answers we'll get, right? Okay, so this is Jan, traveling overseas in the next 6 months. Yes or no? Basically, yes or no. Doesn't look like it, Jan. Not in the next 6 months. So you get the 10 of Swords on that one. The 10 of Swords, nothing to be afraid of. Let me just put that disclaimer out there. Nothing to be afraid of. However, it looks like you have some fears maybe that you're grappling with about traveling, and they're going to keep you stuck for a bit. So and that's why I put the 6 months on it. So if we know that this is an issue, we know that we have all this time to resolve it. And so the swords represent your thoughts, your fears, the mental plane, and they're feeling defeating. And so we want to clear that up. And then we see the dark night, and then we see the dawn breaking through. So this is all about practicing the tools that we learn about managing our anxieties and calming our thought processes, all the things that I teach in my practice, and getting ahead of those fears and getting ahead of those things so that you can get to the place where you will be traveling. But I don't see it now, and I don't see it in the next 6 months. That doesn't mean, and I always say, when we do the tarot, to be forewarned is to be forearmed. So you got some work to do, and you know where to get the help to do that. That would be me. All right, Jan. I hope that clarifies some things for you. All right. Now, Cheryl asks, to make sure I put the cards back in the deck, Cheryl asks, what does my future husband look like as far as qualities? Now, Cheryl, I have to say that I love this question, and let me tell you all why. Cheryl is not asking me, gee, golly, will I get married? It's so vague. She's telling me she has a desire to get married. She's telling me, she's telling you, she's telling the universe that it's inevitable. She's acting as if, which is manifesting 101. So good on you, Cheryl, for asking that question from that place of certainty, knowing that yes, you will get married, because whatever it is that we're wanting, whatever it is that we're asking for is definitely on its way. And when you have an attitude of certainty like that and the acting as if, it's just going to be faster. So now my job is to just answer her question on what kind of qualities does this person have, does her new husband have. I'm excited for you. Congratulations in advance. Let's look into his qualities, his characteristics. Now, if I were doing a full reading with Cheryl, I would do a scan and look into the future and really do some pulse taking, I call it. But for this one, we're just going to get a quick glimpse into his qualities moving forward. Okay. So it looks like right now he's moving through some stuff. Whoops, I dropped a card. My bad. Okay, so actually 3 cards popped out on this one, so I'm going to spend a little bit of time with this. The first one, though, is like he's going through some stuff. And I always say, when we're asking for these things, then they're not manifesting right away. It's because there's something in the works that has to take place. So he could be going through a divorce right now. He could be going through some big life changes, right? So I get the 5 of Cups with that. So he's experiencing some sadness that he needs to work through in order to prepare himself for the next level, for the next move. And then I get the Queen of Cups and the 3 of Wands. A lot of yellow going on with him and you. I see the Queen of Pentacles definitely as being you. And then when he goes through his process of his work and the healing work, then he'll get back to his normal self, where he's asking, what's next for me? He's perched out on the overlooking the ocean, overlooking the water, and going, okay, what's next? He's in a comfortable place, and then he's ready to move. So the things that I get, the qualities that I derive from this, is that he's very sensitive. I get that he is very deep, and so he needs time to process his emotions and to process his feelings. He's not one to just skate from one relationship to the next, so it's going to take him a minute. But the quality that I gathered the most about this is that he's contemplative about it. He's thoughtful. He's mindful. He's taking his time. He knows that he's planted some seeds. He has that emotional maturity to see that, yes, one door is closing, but I'm not dead yet. It's not over. I need to go through my processes and know that there is something better for me. Why would I have experienced all these things? It's not in vain. It's so that I can move forward, taking the lessons that I've learned and use them leverage them in my next relationship. So I feel like he's preparing himself to be quite the catch, right? And I know that you have as well. So that's the law of attraction in a nutshell right there. You know, you have done your work and continue to do yours. He is doing his work. And as a result of that, you know, law of attraction just brings similar people together, people who are willing to do the work. That's the biggest thing that I get from him. So you're going to get somebody who doesn't take shortcuts and who takes responsibility for himself and is emotionally mature. So that's pretty good stuff. And okay, well, I don't want to go into a full reading with that. I'll stop with that. I hope that's enough for you, Cheryl. But yes, congratulations again. And then Teresa asks, um, I'll get to the chats in just a minute. Please keep your messages and your questions short, please, though, because they scroll fast again, and I can't read paragraphs. Teresa asks, I'm thinking of adding digital products to my service-based business. Okay, well, this is speaking to my business geek side. I love it. And she puts online in parentheses. So I'm thinking of adding digital products to my service-based online business. Is this a good move for my business? Okay, so she's expanding and she's offering digital stuff now. Is this a good move for Teresa, everybody? Yes or no? Let's ask the tarot and see what they have to say, or it, or they, or them, or however you want to call that. I am drawn to this card. Okay, so Teresa, what I get for you is the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords speaks to the idea that you haven't solidified your ideas yet. And maybe you're making decisions out of the energy that you're hearing around you. So I would say before you dive into the digital products world, ask yourself why. Is it because everybody else is? What is your motivation? Do you really have things that you want to share? You know, is it coming from a place from the heart? Is it coming from a creativity place? Or is it come from a, oh shit, I need to make money kind of place? So check yourself on this because it doesn't feel like it's cleared yet. So take a minute, spend some time with yourself, get your services, make sure your services that you're already offering, get them pumped up and clarified. And you know, and spend some time with yourself asking about your business goals. And the biggest question of all, since you have a service based business, is how do you want to serve? How can you serve the best? How can you serve from your highest place? When you ask those kinds of questions and go to your heart and wait for the intuitive answer to come, you'll know. So don't just jump on the digital products bandwagon because all the cool kids are doing it. Do it because you have something to share that is real and authentic to you. Okay? And then the money will come, obviously. All right, so that's it for the cards. Let me get into your questions. That Jan says, I am here as long as I can stay. Good for you. Stay put. Do what is most comfortable for you, right? The cards heard you. Yes. Okay, so let's dive into this. So hello, everybody. Christina, Janet. Blue Butterfly asks, hello, wondering what my boyfriend's higher self wants me to know about him and me. Okay, so we're going to go psychic spying, everybody. And I don't have a problem with this. Sometimes I do, but in this instance, I don't. So we're going to ask what somebody else's higher self wants me to do. Typically, I like to keep the questions about your higher self, but I get the curiosity, and there's no harm, no foul. Okay, so let's ask what the higher selves are communicating between blue butterfly and boyfriend wants you to know. It looks like the boyfriend's higher self wants you to know, I got the 9 of Swords, that there's some sort of anxiety going on here. All right. So check into the anxiety stuff, ask questions, or just observe. I get, because women, that's very sexist. Let me take that back. A lot of people are designed to be more emotional than others. Y'all know what I'm trying to say here without being offensive in our 21st century vocabulary. So, I would want to ask questions, but the intuitive hit that I'm getting is don't ask questions yet. Watch, observe, intuit, and then act. Observe, intuit, and then act. So move in slowly. Actually the anxiety has to do with emotional communication. So don't push the buttons, right? But that's what it's about. I would love to help you with this further in like a full reading, because there's definitely a lot of tools and techniques that you can do to help with this situation. It's not a problem, but it is a situation, right? So just observe, intuit, and proceed when you're clear. All right. Hello from India. Hello. Pooja from India says, may I have a reading, please? Well, when I see a request like that, what I'm going to do is interpret that to mean, can I have a card? So I'm not doing full readings, but I will definitely pull a card for you and see what you need, what the dominant energy is in your sphere for today or the next few days. Okay, so let's pull a card. Wheel of Fortune, good stuff. So Wheel of Fortune, one of my favorites. It's in the majors. The major arcanas are the bigger life-changing situations. And the Wheel of Fortune always means that things are moving in a positive direction. They're always, like the tipping point is finally here. Whew, all that work, all that stuff is finally paying off. So you can look forward to some the fruits of your labors, right? And one of the things that I love about the symbols on this card are the guides in the corners. They're all reading books, and most of you know I used to be a high school English teacher, and I love literature, and I love writing, and I love books. And so when I see the spirit guides with their little books cracked open, it just makes me so happy. And what it shows me is that you got the knowledge, you have been guided and directed all along, and now here comes your tipping point, and know that information and that knowledge is just a breath away. You can meditate on it, ask for it. There it is. Here it comes. It's in you. It's everywhere. It's accessible to all of us. So have fun. Alrighty. Julie, I haven't seen Julie in here for a while. Hello, Julie. Time permitting, will you please pull a card for my week? Oh, I love how polite you are. Yes, of course, Julie. I will pull a card for Julie's week. Let's see what's going on with Julie this week. Okay, Julie. Interesting. I would love to hear your feedback too on the readings that I've given so far, and if they resonate with you guys. Okay. The Four of Cups. The Four of Cups tells me, Julie, that there's situations happening around you that you have probably asked for or wanted, but they're not coming to you exactly how you thought or how you imagined. So you might be missing some of it. And a lot of it could be in the realm of relationships, right? So I lovingly call this the brat card, where you're all up in your head about how you think things should be manifesting, or your legs are crossed, the arms are crossed here. You're blocked off to the the subtle blessings because your imagination, your crown chakra, your logic is interfering with what is. So when I see this, it's like I say, okay, lift your head up, look around. That quote from Ferris Bueller pops into my head. You know, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around, sometimes you could miss it. So the blessings are there. You just may not be seeing them. So pay attention and get out of your head. So, how do we get out of our head? Everybody who knows me knows what I'm going to say. It starts with an M. Meditate. Meditate, meditate, meditate. It's the answer to everything. Well, almost. Love is the cure. Meditation is the medicine to get you there, right? Okay. Lou Ellen asks, will I move within the next year? Okay, let's dive into that. Very clear question. Will I move within the next year? So we know that to be moving home. Will I move in the next year? That's a good yes, no. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, well, you tell me what you get from this, but I get a resounding yes. So I call this the Martha Stewart card because I am a Gen Xer. My younger clients call this the Beyonce card. And let me tell you why. So this is the self-made woman. This is the person who is creating life on her own terms. She's surrounded with beauty. She has created it, you know, and she has got a very abundant garden behind her. And she's at this level of life of she just doesn't want to play by anybody's rules so much anymore. She's just going to do it her way and she's going to create it the way she wants it. So love, love, love this card. So yeah, you'll be moving and you'll be creating probably a really spectacular space for yourself on just the literal, like maybe even literally in your backyard. So keep an eye out on that. I love this. Alrighty, let's see who else is in the room. Hey, Sarita. Hi, hi. How does Kay see me? Okay, like that question. Let's go ahead and crack those cards. And hopefully y'all have your own deck of tarot cards. They are one of the best spiritual tools out there, in my opinion. As a former English teacher, as a spiritual teacher, they are chock full of humanity. They speak to us. And then there's just this something magic mojo that happens with them too, where it's like just the right ones pop up right when you need them. I can't explain that part, but I kind of can, but it's more elusive. Okay. How does Kay see me? I'm drawn to this card. Kay sees you as, well, this can be, you're going to have to interpret this yourself. Help me out with this one. So the first part this rings to is somebody who to collaborate with. Like there's, you know how we have these friends and stuff that we can bounce off of each other? There's a word for it. The banter, we go back and forth, we challenge each other. It's kind of fun. So there's a little bit of competition going on though here. So I wonder about that. But the collaboration part, the bouncing off, the ideas always coming and bouncing off, like that's how Kay sees you, as somebody to spar with. Okay, that's probably a good definition. So let me know if that helps. Charlotte asks, when can I expect a call from SAPS, South African Police Services? When can I expect a call? So this is a time question. Let's look into that and see what's in the sphere for Charlotte and her call. There's a card that's just hiding there that was hiding from me, and I pulled it out because I knew it was hiding from me. You get the Emperor. So if we're looking at time, the Emperor is just all about that boss feeling of stability, patience, wait for it. You'll get the call when you get the call, kind of like the daddy saying, do what I say because I told you to. So I don't get a real clear answer for that, except that there's an authority figure or an authority calling the shots. So we already know that. So let me ask when. Let me get a more specific when. I got another wait card. They're not going to tell me. Okay, so now you got the Hanged Man, and that's as far as I'll go, because the Hanged Man just says you got to wait for it. So I don't know what the blockage is there. I would love to help you look more into this with a full reading that we can do personally. But for now, the messages that I'm getting is there's authority over this, and your job is to wait. So I know that's not very helpful. Sorry, but that's what's coming up. Susanna. And you know what? I want to say, Charlotte, that when we get messages like that, it's not for nothing. It's for a reason. Don't know what the reason is right now, but there is a reason. So maybe just ask yourself, what's the hold up there? What's going on? What lessons am I needing to learn with this? So Susanna asks, hey, Charlene, I'd love to know, what do the cards see for the future with my relationship with Max? Hey, Susanna. Okay, let's look and see what's up with Max and Susanna in the future. The future is vague. So let's put a little framework around that. Let me tighten that one up to the next 3 months, if that's okay with you. Okay, because the future is like forever. That's too big. All right, Susanna and Max. Susanna and Max. This card wants to jump out at me. It's are you okay? It looks like you guys are playing the hesitation game. So it's I don't know, we're gonna wait and see. So okay, there's a theme going on here of waiting and seeing. So there's again that contemplation card that Cheryl got with her future partner. And for you, like I said, all the cards have different meanings for different questions. So the answer that I get for you with this is that you're all still trying to figure out and contemplating what goes where, what's with the timing. So there's a timing question, there's things moving around. It's not the time to act, it's more of a time to wait. So yes, and while you're waiting, let me give you something helpful to do while you're waiting. While you're waiting, and I know that the whole waiting game happens for multiple reasons. For you, the waiting game is happening because the vision, the wands are about your vision, your purpose, your passion isn't clear. It's not crystal clear. When your vision becomes more clear, then things happen quicker. They happen more as a direct response, right? So while you're waiting, get really clear with the things that you want, because there's what's the word, guys? The ambivalence happening. So get crystal clear, and then maybe on his side, he needs to get crystal clear, and maybe there's some space between the two of you, and you live in distant, faraway places, and the gap needs to be closed. But there's something that needs to be tightened up and closed here. And for me, the best way to get that done is through the imagination. The greatest asset, the greatest tool that any of us have, that we are so gifted with. Imagine it, vision it, imagine what you want, close the gap more so that you can bring that manifestation in, if that's what you want. Okay. Alrighty. Let's keep going. Charlotte shared. Thank you. Appreciate it. Purple Moonlight. You guys have the coolest names. Hi, I'm in need of a mouth surgery and my insurance doesn't cover it. Will I receive this surgery in the next 6 months? I already feel a yes on that, but let me pull a card. Let me pull the card. Yep, yep, yep. Yes. So the world, that's the last card of the major arcana of the hero's journey. So the hero's journey starts with the hero, the fool, taken off on his little journey, on his trip to go explore the world, explore himself. He's faced with all kinds of challenges, gifts, surprises, surprise people, all, grappling his addictions, his dragons. And then he comes out at the end, whoop, to this. And then we start all over again. So this tells me that whatever this journey is, it's coming to an end, and then you have a new beginning coming. So this is a very positive card. It's like, yep, yep, yep. There's, if we do look at the symbolism, we can see, and we have our little guides here too. They don't have their books this time because they're done. It's like we don't need any references really. But we have the laurel that represents success, victory. It's like next. Love this card. So that's one of my things too when I'm manifesting, or when I'm just wondering about something. I, instead of wonder about it, I just step into a more confident place of taking ownership and go, okay, solved. I want it. Next. Show me what's next. Like, is there something that I need to do? Is there something I need to apply for? Is there somewhere to go? Show me what's next, because we're never done. That's the message of this card. We are never done. We're on to the next thing. It's a very positive one though for you. So yeah. Okay. So Tanzil says, this is kind of a long one. If you're trying, I'm going to assume if you're trying to reconcile with your partner or going through a divorce, are you heartbroken and you want your lover back? Do you not hesitate to Oh, this is crap. Sorry about that, guys. It's a stupid commercial. Okay, let me delete that crap. I'm going to speak to this. People who say that you have a spell on you or that you have a curse are full of shit. I hope you're listening, whoever posted this, full of shit. And that kind of fear mongering is over. The enlightened empaths and the enlightened intuitives who are taking over, getting rid of the shysters, are not perpetuating this nonsense anymore, ever. We never did. We're just squashing you guys out now because there's no place for that kind of nonsense. So stop it. So anybody who tells you that you have a curse or any kind of thing like that is just bullshit. We all accumulate psychic debris, right? We just like, because we're energy beings, every single one of us, we can go to a store and somebody's being rude to us and it gets on us. So just like we take showers to clean our bodies, to maintain our hygiene, we brush our teeth. Well, we also manage our energy. And so we manage our energy through meditation, through classes, through awareness, through prayer, through meditation. Did I already say that? Through chanting, through yoga, through music, you name it. There's a zillion ways to manage your energy and to shake the negativity off. But it takes a daily practice, right? So that's why I teach my chakra classes. That's why a lot of people do the energy work and the energy healing, because we get it on us. But in no shape or form is that a curse. It's just like you would say, because you have bad breath in the morning, that you have a curse. That no, it's called bacteria buildup overnight while you sleep, and we just need to brush it away. It's the same thing with our energy and all those silly all that silliness. So please don't pay attention to any of that. Okay. Hello, Jeanette. First time here. You're welcome, Blue Butterfly. Carissa, anything for me? Of course. Let me pull a card for you and see what's up. I can tell you what, you're not cursed. None of you are. None of you have ever been cursed or will be cursed. So that's just silliness. Okay. But what you are very powerful beings. Super powerful beings that can shift your energy with just a little practice, just a little awareness. Whoop-dee. Right? Okay. Anything for me? Carissa. What am I drawn to for Carissa? Carissa, I get the King of Pentacles. So this card is an earth card. So this typically represents somebody who is Taurus, somebody who is good in business, Capricorny, and who like the good things, the finer things in life. So is this you, or is this somebody that's close to you? There's an influence about this around you. So just pay attention to that. It speaks to having the finer things, the nicer things, making that money, taking care of business and being in your personal power and being rooted in who you are. So look at all the yellow, look at the solar plexus energy. This is good stuff. It's a great card, very positive. Okay, so Christina asks, what specific changes does the new portal bring in for Ivan and me? Okay, Christina, I don't know what the new portal is, but I'm not going to even try to, doesn't matter. I'm just going to ask the tarot on this one because I'm not clear on your question really. But I'm not going to go into, I'm going to go to specific changes with whatever the card comes up with. But if you wanted more specific changes, you would have to get a reading for that. Okay, so looks like, Christina, new beginning. And you said portal. Well, there's a portal. You're going through, you're ending one thing and moving into the next thing with success, with the energy, with the lessons, with the tools that you've learned. So it from this perspective, it just gets better. Okay. So this is it's just getting better card. Love it. All righty. So hello, Franklin. Franklin, you have just said hello and hi a few times. I don't know if you want a card, but I feel compelled to pull one for you. Okay. So I'm going to do that. Like, what's in store for Franklin? I don't think I pulled one for you, did I? All right. Okay, so Franklin, this is a fortuitous money card. So the law of reciprocity is in works here for you. So it's this card shows up for me personally right when I'm thinking, oh my gosh, we're getting close to the crunch, and that money insecurity might pop up, as it does for the majority of us from time to time. And then it's like, ding, there's the money that you need for whatever. And it's like the universe just keeps on providing. But this is a very specific financial paying it forward kind of message for you. So when I see this too, it's like, just get ready to give or get ready to receive or do both. So, when I talk about needing anything or being in a place of feeling of lack or not enough, for me, that's my message to myself that I need to go give something away, that I need to start that law of reciprocity going. And then when I start the law of reciprocity going, then it's on, and the universe steps in, and the law of the universe just takes over. So there you have it. That's another positive. Okay, it looks like they are The questions are the same. Julie says, I love your hair, by the way. Thanks again. Have a nice day. Thanks, Julie. I appreciate that. That's so sweet. Okay, Susanna says, that truly resonates with me. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. I love it when they resonate with you, and typically they do, right? There's something in here for everybody. Oh, okay. So Franklin actually does ask a question. What is messing with me at night? Oh boy, do we have a little visitor, Franklin? That's so fun. I used to have visitors all the time until I started to tell them to no, 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 not while I'm sleeping. Go away. Um, so here's another thing about I was going to mention this, maybe it was for you, but now I'm going to. So the whole thing with the curses and the evil and all that other stuff is just hogwash. And there's energy though. There's definitely energy, and the energy can be positive or the energy can be negative. And we all have experienced that. So I'm not telling you anything that you don't know. And we also, so I'm also a medium. I can do mediumship work, and I do it sometimes, but it's not my favorite because to me, it's like goes to the past, goes backwards, and I'm all about transformation and going forward. So just because you can do something doesn't mean you should, right? But I do know for sure that we're energy beings, and just because we don't have our bodysuit anymore doesn't mean that our spirits are gone, right? So there's stuff around happening all the time. And I think the poltergeists and the ghosts and the things that spook us or whatever are just energies that are kind of trapped, but they're not little minions from hell or anything like that. So that goes in that garbage category that's just great for Hollywood and great for a horror film, but they're just, not real. So let me ask the cards. So I just wanted to say that so that you aren't afraid, basically. And it's curious to me because I do realize that we are surrounded by energy all the time. But guess what, Franklin? When you're going off to sleep, you're not thinking about all the stuff during the day. You're open and receptive. And so that's when you sense it more. That doesn't mean it's happening more. It just means that you're sensing it more. If you don't want to sense this, and if you don't want the visitors and you don't want to experience that energy, you can turn that down. You can just let the energies know, have a conversation with them and just say, hey, don't bother me at night because it freaks me out. Don't. If you want to talk to me during the day, or come visit me in my dreams like normal folks, right? Because that's a safe place for all of us to receive our visits, because we don't have a taboo fear around that, right? So let me see. So when I ask who it is, I get the Four of Wands, and I get this couple who's at their house, and they're happy. So it could be, relatives who've passed. So I'm not going to do a deep read on that, but just know that I get the energy that it's positive people that you do know, not stranger danger or anything like that. Okay, Amber says, I know, right? Okay, I don't know what Amber's talking about. Okay, Amber, I don't think I pulled a card on you yet, so I'm going to do that. And then Lisa, you are next. And then Felix and Felicia. Amber. Let's do a card for Amber. Oh, Amber. Yes. Personal power, magician. Magician is the ultimate manifest energy of the tarot. So whatever you're wanting to do, whatever is on your mind, manifest it. You got the tools, you have the resources. So this guy is pointing to heaven and to earth, and he's saying, as above, so below. We are the creators of our realities. And this speaks to your solar plexus chakra, a lot of energy, a lot of creative moving forward. Know that it's calling you as much as you're calling it, and go into your powerhouse place of creation, your imagination. Can't say that enough. And visualize it, give thanks for it, be like Cheryl and act as if that it's already here, and then you close the gap of it being out there more and more and more until it is materialized in your physical realm. So have fun creating, have fun manifesting. All righty. Lisa. Lisa Marie. Your card for the day, another King of Cups. We have a King of Cups. The King of Cups, I'm not sure if this is you or somebody else in your sphere, but this is the influence that is over you. There's a spiritual maturity happening, like an emotional maturity, like growing up. So, we get to that, we evolve into this through a lot of pain, through a lot of trial and error. We come to a place where we just aren't going to be bothered with fighting anymore, or arguing, or trying to win, or any of those egoic places. When we get to this level, we're just like, yeah, whatever. All right, you do you. I'm going to do me. I'm going to follow the 4 agreements and not take this personally. I'm exercising my emotional maturity. So this is what's happening in your sphere now. And this is a good place because, man, when we get to this, you just feel a lot lighter, not having to be right all the time, not having to fight for your perspective, to fight for anything, to fight for your point of view. It's like your opinion. It just becomes a non-issue. It's like, whatever. I can't tell anybody anyway. And plus they're not listening. It's really none of my business. So there's a humility that happens there, but more than that, there's just this wisdom that happens that is graceful. Okay, Felix and Felicia. Hey, can I have a general reading, please? If you were drawn, thank you. I need guidance. I'm feeling lost. Well, I am sorry to hear that. I can pull a card for you for sure and see what the message is for you. I'm sorry you're feeling lost. I will just preempt this with take advantage of that time and that discomfort. Like, step into that discomfort, knowing that it's here to serve you, because we are raised to be such action takers in our society, in our culture, that we are always moving, shaking, fixing, doing digital products, the next thing, and we're bumbling along. And so sometimes, though, the universe is kind enough to make us stop and to wait. And man, people hate that, but it is the time that the answers can come through, because otherwise we're just pushing through too much, and we're acting and we're being in that masculine energy of do. And so right now you're being asked to be still, be quiet, go within, and ask those questions as to what's lost, what's missing, what's going on. And it's only during these times that you'll get the messages. So as much as it is uncomfortable, it's very necessary, okay? So that's my preemptive strike on that. And then I want to show you the card that came up for you. The guidance and feeling lost. So the guidance that I get from this card for you, love this card, by the way, is the ability to see, because if you look at the tarot cards, this is so specific for you. If you look at the cups cards, all of the cups typically are empty. This is one of the cup cards that are full with flowers. They're full. And so for you to take the relationships that you have, and to take the things that are near and dear to your heart, and fill them with flowers. See the blessings in all of it. Maybe even gift somebody with something. That's going to help you move through this. And I always say the easiest way the easiest way through is through, right? There are no shortcuts, but we can make it nicer. So I actually call this the make it nice card. And so this is looking at the things that you have, even though it doesn't feel like maybe that's a whole lot, and being appreciative of those things, and then maybe just gifting somebody with kindness, to elevate your own energy. And as you do that, you create that law of reciprocity where guidance and answers can come through to you. All right. So instead of being blocked, we're just going to crack that open and let it in. All right. Jao, I'm sorry for butchering your name, but I am going to pronounce it Jao. Says, hey, how is my presentation going to go tomorrow? Thank you. All right, let's see what this presentation's doing here. Yay. And then Malik, you're next. So Jao, focus on presentation, tomorrow, presentation. This one wants to just say hello. All right. We got the 4 of Cups for you. Again, this is the second time we got this one today. So this is one of those situations where it's probably better than you think, but you need to get out of your head. All right, so here's the download on this one. Before you do your presentation is perfect, by the way. It's fine. It's good. You're ready. The last thing you need to do to prepare for the presentation is to prepare you and to get yourself into the place of channeling. Get out of your head and into the place of channeling. So the mantra or the prayer or the request or the vision that you can hold for yourself is this: that I'm here for a higher purpose than myself. This isn't about me. This is about serving. This is about helping people understand something. Use me. Let me be a conduit for the greater wisdom. Let me be a conduit for the greater goal, the greater agenda. And then you get into that place, Jao, and I'm telling you what, you're going to be channeling. So go with it. Know that the presentation is spot on. This is about you now going into the quieter place and meditating, and let some of that that normal kind of anxiety go, so that you can step into service. Stepping into service and being of service is the fastest, easiest way to eliminate anxiety in my world. It just shuts the ego down and it goes straight to the heart. And when we're going to the heart and we're here to serve, this other magic takes over. Okay, so tap into that. All right, love it. Okay. Christina says, that's awesome. Thank you. You're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. Okay, Marshall and Maria. Hey, Maria, long time no see. Good to see you here. Okay, so Marshall, I have not pulled a card for you yet. So I'm going to do 2 more, Marshall and Maria, before we go on our way here in our Tuesday. So Marshall, pull a card for you. Marshall, okay. Well, we have the tarot for the Tower for you. So the Tower is a card of big change, lots of change happening. And sometimes that change can feel scary. That change can feel unsettling, uncertain. And on the silver lining side of that is that it is such a necessary thing, because the things that you have built up no longer serve you. This could be a job, relationship, housing, a lot of different things, right? So share what this specifically applies to in your life, but there's going to be a shaking up of things, or there is a shaking up of things. And the end result means that now you'll have a more grounded, balanced foundation from which to work. So the things that no longer serve are exiting the space. And so when I see this card, it's like, I say, buckle up, but good riddance. Everybody needs this. We need this a few times in our lives. It's like a purge, right? We need to let those things go that are just holding us back or just not doing it for us anymore. Maybe they were once upon a time, but they're not now, and they're interfering. So let's get back to basics and let the stuff go. Could be a spring cleaning, even could be something as simple as that, but typically it's bigger. So just prepare and know that nothing is here to hurt you. Everything is here to serve you and to get you ultimately where your heart, where your higher self, your soul wants to be. It knows. Okay, Maria. Let's pull a card for Maria. Maria. That one didn't want to come out. Okay, Maria, you have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands talks about, like, you got this big new idea. So that aha moment, that big clarity came through, and now it's time to act on it. So you're at the beginning stages of acting on the thing that you know you need to do, whatever that is. And so the thing, though, is close to you. It's personal. It's, purpose, passion, fire, integrity, all those things. And it's just calling your name and going, okay, let's do it. Let's start. So you're at the starting point with this. And so I just want to offer you the courage, the encouragement to continue on the journey, because the beginning steps are always the more difficult. They just like I'm stuttering. We stumble through them a little bit because we don't have that big clarity yet. We got the aha that we know what we need to do, but we may not have all the directions yet. And that's okay. So at this stage, we just start stepping. And as we step, just like that Martin Luther King Jr. quote that I love so much, he said, you don't need to see the whole staircase, just take the first step, right? And so as we take the steps, the next step appears, the next step appears, and the next step appears. So this is about walking in faith, knowing that your soul called you to this. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this was a lot of fun for me. Thank you for hanging out with me again on this Tarot Tuesday. You can find me back here again next week. And if you do want a more in-depth reading, go over to my website. You can book your own session. You can pay for it there, the whole bit. My prices are very affordable and attainable to everybody. $60 for a half an hour reading, and we get deep and we go into stuff. And then we have $100 for an hour session. And there's a reading where I call it the Tarot Intuitive Combo. I'm just going to give you a little heads up. That's what you're always going to get, because it's kind of hard. Well, sometimes I'll just do an intuitive without the tarot, but if I'm doing a tarot, you're always going to get my intuition with that. They travel together. So you can go ahead and book your session there. Come back next week. And then also on Thursday, meet me back here for my live stream. This is where I go into depth talking about a certain spiritual aspect. Thursday, I'll be talking about the root chakra, because this is root chakra week for us in our 7 weeks, 7 chakras workshop that we're having inside of our Enchanted Empath community. You are so welcome to check that out. All this information is on my website, charlenemurphy.com. I'm here to serve. I am here to show you your brilliance and to draw it out of you so that you can really create a life that you love and feel that confidence, that support from the universe that is here for you. All right, guys. So until next time, take good care of yourself and take good care of each other. All right. I'll see you soon. Okie dokie.